They fall into temptation, and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. There's something about when the more the money flows and the more you get into money and you owe me this and this is free and that is free and the money just keeps, and they go in debt to do, in entitlements, you say.
That's economic warfare. That is the enemy doing economic warfare against the people.
For the love of money is a root. You have a root coming up. That's down in the ground, and it's fixing to produce something. It's a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs.
Yeah.
You know, you look at that and you say, that is most unfortunate, but it is true. It's as true as the day it was
But
written.
our government is doing that to the people. They're enticing them, we'll give you free this, free that. And the lie is the people think it is free. They don't realize they're going to end up paying for it because the government has no money. Government produces nothing. They don't earn anything. They just take from one and give to another. We also have that
How
same...
do we break that cycle?
With truth. We tell people the truth. If you want, you were telling me earlier, the formula, if you seek to get rich, you fall into a trap. Yep. But let's say, what if you want to take advantage of the American system? What are the things you would do to achieve success, realizing that the money is just a tool, it's just a weapon? Yep. You gave me a 4-step formula earlier. Yep. What are those 4 steps?
You love your God, you trust your God, you fear your God, you trust in capitalism. Private, you can start your own company. Do you have an idea? You have an idea. You say, what's your idea? Living in a capitalist country. I think I can build the best duck call there is on the planet.
Yeah.
I think I can build a duck call that will sound just like a duck, because I've heard these ducks and I've chased them my whole life. I know
what year was this when you started?
This was back in, I would say, 50 years ago. I would say around, one of my buddies one time, we were in the duck blind, and he said, I had one duck call that I had built for myself. He said, that thing sounds just like a duck. He said, you're not calling them, you're commanding them. He said, you ought to get a company, form a company. Call it the Duck Commander. So my buddy in the duck blind said, call it the Duck Commander. He said, because that's what you're doing with these ducks, Phil. I said, you know what? Duck Commander. I said,
good name.
I may do that one day. Yeah, good name. So that was then, and I just started out. Invested $25,000, hocked everything I had, house, I hocked it all. I said, all in, boom or bust. That's the way I'm going. So I had an idea. There was an old shed out here. I took a board, an old raggedy looking board, and I painted on it Duck Commander. I did it just like this, worldwide. I nailed it on top of my door, moved some equipment in, went in debt to do it, and started making duck calls.
And instantly, overnight, you were a huge success.
Ha! And about 35 years later, you said you finally make it.